Have you ever laid down at night, closed your eyes and thought, "Finally I can rest," only to find yourself jolted awake an hour later because your bladder just won't let you be? Then it happens again and again until the night feels longer than the day. Here's my confession. If you've been going through this, you're not alone. I've watched too many seniors, maybe even people like you, silently suffer, believing this is just a normal part of aging. But the truth? Waking up multiple times to pee at night is not always normal. In fact, studies show that nearly 70% of older adults who constantly wake up at night to urinate also struggle with higher risks of heart strain, memory lapses, and even dangerous falls in the dark. That's a fact many people don't want to admit, but it's real. Think about it. Sleep is supposed to heal your body, but if you're constantly being dragged out of bed, how can your mind and body recover? That fatigue in the morning, that fogginess during the day, that irritation you carry into every conversation, it's not just inconvenience, it's your dignity being chipped away night after night. But here's the hopeful part. You don't have to live like this. What if you discovered that simply touching 4 specific spots on your body before bed could help you finally sleep through the night, without those constant bathroom trips? Imagine resting your head on the pillow and actually staying asleep until morning, peaceful, restful, energized. And before we dive in, let me be honest with you. If you're here listening carefully and you don't hit that subscribe button to Elderly Spring, then what's the plan? Keep struggling alone? Keep ignoring solutions that could make your nights better? No. If you care about your health, if you care about waking up alive and strong tomorrow, then don't wait. Subscribe right now, and if you refuse to subscribe, at least head to the comments and explain why, because otherwise, deep down, you'll know you just turned your back on your own health. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use these 4 simple techniques. No pills, no complicated gadgets, no expensive routines. Just natural, science-backed methods that you can do with your own hands every single night. These spots are easy to find, and once you know them, you may never look at bedtime the same way again. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment saying, "Better sleep," if you're ready to reclaim your nights. And make sure you're subscribed to Elderly Spring, because I promise you, we're only getting started. Oh, and one more thing. If you'd like a step-by-step guide that walks you through natural sleep routines designed especially for seniors, don't forget to check the description. You'll find the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit there. It's already helping countless families build healthier, calmer nights. I want you to have that too. Let's begin with the first spot, the lower abdomen. Picture this. An elderly man named Samuel, a retired teacher, used to wake up 4 or 5 times a night. His wife, already worried about his health, grew restless too because every time he got out of bed, she woke up. One evening, after months of frustration, his daughter suggested something unusual. "Dad, before bed, just place your hands over your lower belly and breathe deeply for a few minutes." At first, Samuel laughed. How could something so simple fix a problem that even his doctor couldn't fully solve? But after trying it for a few nights, he noticed something remarkable. He still woke up, but instead of 4 or 5 times, it was only once. And eventually, there were nights when he didn't wake up at all. Why did this work? The lower abdomen is directly connected to the muscles that help control your bladder. When you apply gentle pressure or massage in this area, you relax the pelvic muscles, reduce unnecessary tension, and help the bladder stay calm through the night. Think of it like telling your body, "It's okay to rest. You're safe. You don't need to wake up right now." Now, here's the big misconception. Most people believe nighttime urination only comes from having a weak bladder. They blame themselves, or they just accept it as a normal part of aging. But the truth is, it's not always your bladder's fault. Often, it's the tension in the pelvic region or the nerves connected to it that trick your body into thinking you need the bathroom, even when you don't. So, what can you do? Before bed, simply lie down, place your hands gently on your lower belly, close your eyes, and take 5 to 10 slow breaths. You can even massage in small circles, not too hard, just enough to relax the area. Do this for a few minutes, and you may be surprised at how much calmer your body feels when it's time to sleep. And here's my challenge to you. Try it tonight. If it doesn't work, fine. Come back here tomorrow and tell me in the comments. But if it does work, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, because someone else out there is losing their health to sleepless nights. But listen, the lower abdomen isn't the only powerful area. There's another spot most people completely ignore, yet it's one of the strongest tools for calming those late-night urges. Now let's talk about the second spot, the inner thigh. I want you to imagine Mary, a 72-year-old grandmother. She had been in physical therapy after a knee injury. During one of her sessions, the therapist pressed on a point along the inside of her thigh. Later that evening, Mary realized something unusual. She only got up once during the night, instead of her usual 3 or 4 trips. At first, she thought it was a coincidence, but the pattern continued. Here's why. On the inside of your thighs are important acupressure points connected to your bladder function. Stimulating these areas improves blood flow, calms the nerves, and reduces unnecessary bladder signals. It's almost like pressing a quiet button for your body before bed. Now here's the dangerous assumption many families make. They shrug off constant bathroom breaks as just normal aging. They say, "Oh, that's just how things are at your age." But that belief can cost someone their health, because every trip at night increases the risk of slipping, falling, or damaging fragile bones. One wrong step in the dark can change the rest of your life. So, what's the safe way to use this spot? Sit or lie down and gently press along the inner thigh, about 2 to 3 inches above the knee. You don't need to use much force. A gentle press for 20 to 30 seconds on each leg is enough. Do this 2 or 3 times, breathing slowly as you press. And let me say this clearly, if you're listening to all of this right now and still haven't subscribed to Elderly Spring, then I have to ask, why are you here? Are you waiting for things to get worse before you act? Because if you care about your health, if you truly want to protect your nights and your mornings, you'll subscribe right now. If not, at least be honest and go to the comments. Tell us why you're willing to risk your sleep and your safety. But if this second spot shocked you, wait until you hear the third one. It connects your mind and body in ways you probably never imagined. The third spot is your lower back, right where your kidneys sit. Let me tell you about Grace, a 75-year-old grandmother. She had back pain for years, and every night she was up 3 or 4 times running to the bathroom. Then her granddaughter, a nurse, suggested using a warm towel on her lower back before bed. Grace thought it was silly, but she tried it anyway. Within a week, she was sleeping through the night more often than not. Why does this work? Your kidneys are like filters, deciding how much fluid your body produces, especially at night. When the lower back muscles are tense or inflamed, it can interfere with how smoothly your kidneys function. Relaxing this area reduces the unnecessary urge to urinate and helps your body store urine until morning. Here's the misconception. Most people assume that if their kidneys are involved, there must be pain, swelling, or serious illness. That's not always true. Sometimes the only sign is the constant need to urinate at night. So here's what you can do. Before bed, take a warm towel or heating pad, place it on your lower back for about 10-15 minutes, and breathe deeply. If you prefer, try gentle stretches that loosen the lower back muscles. Not only does this help your bladder, it also eases back pain and tension, giving you double relief. Now, if you're still listening but haven't subscribed yet, I have to ask again, do you really want to keep waking up night after night? Or worse, risk falling in the dark because you couldn't commit to something as simple as staying connected with Elderly Spring? Don't wait until regret comes knocking. Subscribe now, or tell me in the comments why you're choosing to suffer in silence. And finally, let's move to the fourth spot, a place many wouldn't expect, but one that has surprised countless seniors with its power. The fourth spot is your feet. Yes, your feet. Take Henry, for example. He was 80 years old and constantly waking up at night. One evening, his granddaughter massaged the bottom of his feet before bed, mainly to help him relax. To their surprise, he didn't wake up until morning. They tried it again and again, and the results kept repeating. This is where reflexology comes in. On the soles of your feet are points connected to your bladder and urinary system. By massaging these points, you send signals to your body to calm down, relax, and hold urine until morning. It may sound simple, but it's deeply powerful. But most people dismiss foot massage as just relaxation, something nice, but not really useful for serious problems. That's the misconception. In truth, it's one of the most underrated tools for senior health. Here's how you do it. Sit comfortably, apply a little lotion or oil if you want, and gently massage the middle of your foot, right below the ball. Use small circular motions with your thumb for about 2 minutes on each foot. Do this right before bed, and you may notice your nights becoming longer and more restful. And I'll say this again, if you're listening, learning, and still not subscribed to Elderly Spring, then ask yourself, what excuse will I give tomorrow morning when I wake up tired again? You owe it to yourself to join this community, and if you disagree, go ahead. Comment below and explain why you're okay with losing sleep. Now, before we close, let's look at a few simple habits that support all 4 of these spots and make the results even stronger. While these 4 spots are powerful, your habits before bed also play a huge role. For example, limiting fluids after dinner. Many seniors drink water or tea right before bed, thinking it will help them sleep. But in reality, it forces the bladder to stay active all night. Instead, get your hydration earlier in the day. Another habit, elevating your legs in the evening. By putting your legs up on a pillow for 15-20 minutes before bed, you help move excess fluids from the legs back into circulation earlier, so your body processes it before bedtime, not during your sleep. And don't forget calming teas, like chamomile or lemon balm. These don't just relax the body, they help ease the nervous system so your bladder doesn't overreact during the night. But here's where things get interesting. Some people swear by just the feet massage alone. Others say it's the combination of all 4 spots that finally gave them peaceful nights. So let me ask you, what do you think? Will one spot be enough, or will it take all 4 together? Comment below and share your view. I want to know where you stand. And one last reminder, if you want a step-by-step system that puts all of these habits together in a simple daily routine, don't forget to check the description. The Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit was created exactly for people like you, seniors who want better nights, stronger mornings, and more energy to enjoy life. Don't wait another night to take action. You see, one of the hardest parts of aging, or even of caring for someone you deeply love, is not the physical changes themselves. It's the feeling that those changes are robbing you of control. When you lie awake at night, rushing back and forth to the bathroom, you don't just lose sleep, you lose peace of mind. You lose the quiet comfort that tells you, I'm safe, I'm okay, my body is working with me. And I know for some of you listening, it feels unfair. You've worked your whole life, raised families, given to others, and now the simplest thing, like sleeping through the night, feels like a battle. Caregivers feel it too. Watching someone you love stumble in the dark, exhausted, restless, weighed down by something that seems small but feels enormous. It hurts. But here's the truth that often gets hidden. This struggle does not mean helplessness. It does not mean decline without hope. No, it means your body is signaling you. It's asking for care, for balance, for adjustments that are within your reach. And that's where empowerment comes in. So instead of looking at nighttime urination as a thief of rest, let's reframe it. Think of it as a messenger. It's your body's way of saying, pay attention, something needs to shift. And when you make that shift, you'll feel relief. Now imagine this. Tonight, before you go to bed, you try one small change. Maybe it's avoiding that evening cup of tea that you've always thought was harmless. Maybe it's practicing a simple relaxation technique, loosening the grip of stress before your head touches the pillow. Or maybe it's something as surprising as adjusting the position of your legs for a few minutes to improve circulation. Tiny steps, small choices. Yet when combined, they can bring back something you thought was gone forever: an uninterrupted night's rest. And let me remind you, this is not just about sleep. This is about dignity. About waking up in the morning not drained, not frustrated, but refreshed. Ready to enjoy your day, ready to engage with loved ones, ready to live with energy again. Caregivers, this part is for you. You are not powerless. Every tip, every gentle reminder, every adjustment you help put in place, it matters. You are not just managing symptoms, you are restoring hope. You are giving back comfort to someone who may have forgotten what that feels like. And in that, there is so much strength, so much love. So here's what I encourage. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tonight, try one of these strategies. Test them. Notice how your body responds. Share the results with your caregiver or with the person you care for. Because awareness plus action equals change. And change is the path to freedom. Remember this. Big relief doesn't come from big leaps. It comes from small, consistent choices. And those choices are always within your control. You are not defined by discomfort. You are not at the mercy of age. You are capable, you are resilient, and you are stronger than you think. So let this be your reminder. Tonight, when you close your eyes, it's not about frustration anymore. It's about possibility, about giving yourself permission to rest. And trust me, when that first full night of sleep returns, even just once, you'll realize small changes can truly lead to big relief. And a night of uninterrupted rest is not a dream. It's within reach. So, let's pause for a moment and bring everything together. Tonight, we explored 4 powerful pressure points that can bring relief to seniors struggling with nighttime restlessness and frequent trips to the bathroom. First, we talked about the spot just above the inner ankle, the one connected to the kidneys and bladder, helping calm that urge that so often wakes you up at 2 a.m. Second, we looked at the area just below the belly button, which strengthens the body's energy flow and eases tension in the lower abdomen. Third, we discussed the groove between the eyebrows, the relaxation point that settles the mind and helps quiet racing thoughts before bed. And fourth, we explored the soft web between the thumb and index finger, a point known for calming the nervous system and encouraging the body to release built-up stress. Together, these 4 spots form a simple yet powerful bedtime routine, one that costs nothing, takes just a few minutes, and could be the key to longer, deeper, and more peaceful nights. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 4 spots are you most curious to try first? Is it the ankle point for easing those bathroom urges, the lower abdomen point for supporting stability, the eyebrow groove for mental calm, or the hand web for stress relief? Leave a comment below and share your experience. Your voice matters, because when you share, you might inspire someone else who's been struggling silently. Remember, every story we tell builds a community where seniors and caregivers don't have to walk this journey alone. And before we move into our closing moments, don't forget, if you'd like to dive deeper into natural bedtime routines designed especially for seniors, check the description for the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. Inside, you'll find practical tools, gentle guides, and step-by-step routines that families are already calling life-changing. From simple relaxation techniques to natural sleep supports, it's everything you need in one place to transform bedtime into a time of comfort and healing. And if you found today's insights helpful, I invite you to join our Elderly Spring family by subscribing. Every week, we share thoughtful videos created to support seniors and their caregivers with practical knowledge, encouragement, and dignity. By subscribing, you're not just following a channel, you're joining a circle of people who believe that every senior deserves restful nights, brighter mornings, and the strength to live fully. So take a second, hit that subscribe button, and let's continue this journey together. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. May your nights be restful, your mornings bright, and your health always strong. Remember, You are not alone, and small, consistent choices can lead to big changes in your well-being. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.